Hello and welcome to Emily's Outlet. Today we're going to talk about this is going to be a rant about don't carry other people's bullshit. Stop picking up other people's bullshit like it's yours. One bad interaction, one rude comment, one person having a terrible day. And yet we take it in with us. We allow it to affect us in a way that we're holding it all day long, right? We take these interactions and we're like, something's wrong. Something's wrong with me. Why this person doesn't like me? You start making explanations of why this person is acting this way towards us. And don't get me wrong, I do it the same. I create stories in my head as well as I'm interacting with people. But this is where the problem lies. The problem lies is when that interaction happens, we forget our peace. We forget, what's important at the moment. Because whatever this person said, it's like a trigger, it's going to create a reaction on the rest of my day. And unfortunately, just like a lot of us, unless you're good at this, something happens to us and all of a sudden that creates the whole story of our day. We don't let it go. We keep interacting with it in our brains, in our minds. We end up having to do something else, but because of what happened, we're constantly thinking about this situation. And then the rest of the day is about that. Instead of, I had to go to the bank, I had to go to the supermarket, and I had to do this, and I had to create content for my video, or I had to, sew a sweater, or do some laundry, or whatever it is our day had to do to be unfold and be productive throughout the day. So when I say this is that we shouldn't allow other people's garbage fall on us. Just leave it where it is. And the way that the way I do this, no trying. If you see my other videos, there's no trying, there's only doing. So the way I would do this is I realize that as soon as those stories start just going off, oh, she don't like me, this and that, I'm this, I'm that, da, da, da. No. My peace is expensive. I'm going to keep my peace. So I'm going to be like, no. Leave it there. What happened here? I stay present. I start tapping on something and be like, okay, this is what it is. And that's where it's staying. Okay, whatever. And just be like, okay, let it go. And not interact with those thoughts in your head. Like, no, I'm the best person in the world. How can this person hate me? You know what I mean? And just don't interact with it. Don't interact with those stories. Even if they were true. Don't interact with them. Because they're not going to steer you right. They're not. And what we can do is we just try to remember to keep the peace in our brains, in our minds, in our bodies. Calm the shoulders. Because as soon as we get upset, this goes up just like that. And we're about to we want to have a fight, and we want to interact with people and not in a good way. So basically, don't let people steer you wrong, Get back on that saddle and be like, hey, no, I'm going this way, honey. I'm not going that way. I don't like where this is going. And that's where I've been saying in my other videos, no more trying. That's what I've been saying in my other videos, to try to keep your peace. Try not to let people, honestly, try to push you around and set boundaries for yourself, because, they shouldn't have control over your thought process. And I know it's hard easy said than done. But we need to stop ourselves in that moment and realize what it really going on. What's really going on here? What am I really dealing with? Am I dealing with a trigger or something? Maybe something they said might have triggered something that we're not sitting well from something in the past, and it's coming up. Maybe it's something that maybe somebody called you in the past, and that triggered us, and that we're gonna react. But we got to understand where we are at the moment. We're not in that moment in the past when whoever that person said in the past, that old wound said to us. We're here, and this person doesn't know us. And so they don't know anything about us. So why would that word wound us if they don't know anything about us? So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's some triggers there that people are going to react to us, and we don't know why. And sometimes this is things that we hold in our past, that it comes up in situations like this, but the small stuff, the people, the non-negotiable people that are out there that don't know shit about us, just leave that shit where it is. So this is my rant for today. I'm doing some rants just to get it all out there, because I know I do a lot of scripts, and I take in a lot of information to help people understand what I'm saying, because I don't want to just give out information and not know where it's coming from, But this is a total rant. Take it as you see it. And yeah. So if you have any stories, share it in the drop down, and let me know what stories you constantly keep playing in your head about people.